Some fast-growing, sometimes beautiful, but often brittle trees are becoming a real problem here in Hawaii.
And it doesn't take much for these branches to snap off the Albizia trees, and they can fall on homes, roads, or cars. More local tonight, KITV4's Cam Tran takes a look at one professor's unconventional method to get rid of them.
During sunset, tall Albizia trees can strike a majestic pose, offering a breathtaking image of the Hawaii landscape. But they can also do this, still breathtaking, but only in the terms of destruction.
It takes out power lines, it's even blocked some of our major thoroughfares and roadways.
Albizia trees arrived on the islands in the early 1900s from Indonesia. They were brought in to restore Hawaii's forests. Now, the Hawaii Invasive Species Council says they are a big menace, sprouting in empty lots, along highways, and in the forest.
They're incredibly fast-growing. They can grow 20 feet in their first year and up to 120 feet over the course of their life.
An average tree grows about 2 feet a year, so Albizias grow at a rate 10 times that amount.
It's putting new wood on so quickly that it's not very strong, so a wind event can very easily break off the upper branches.
A windstorm on the Big Island in January caused an Albizia tree to come crashing down on this Jeep, and another one broke its branches, blocking off part of North Kulani Street.
Anywhere here.
Hawaii County Civil Defense Coordinator Daryl Oliveira is bothered by seeing these trees lining the roadways in Hilo and in Puna.
We've had at least 2 incidents where the trees have come down and blocked the route to the hospital. Fortunately, there's other routes where we can get around, but it does definitely impede or slow down our ambulances getting to the emergency room.
The Albizia have quickly changed Hawaii's scenery. Residents here in Ainako used to have a completely clear view of Hilo Bay, but those Albizia trees grow so fast and so tall, that view is now completely blocked by those treetops. Albizias are not just a Big Island problem. At Lion Arboretum on Oahu, the falling Albizia branches are threatening parts of the forest.
We have very rare endangered palm species from Papua New Guinea. These seeds were wild collected, and they're only planted in one area in the garden, so we have several cases where some of our specimens are absolutely irreplaceable.
On Oahu and Kauai, the Albizia creep up along the mountainside with their canopy towering over native foliage. And that's where University of Hawaii scientist Dr. James Leary steps in. Dr. Leary spends his career getting rid of weeds, and he says he's found a way to curb the growing Albizia problem. The professor cuts slits on the side of the trunk and puts several droplets of herbicide in each cut. He says this simple application can easily kill a towering Albizia tree.
When we make the cut into the tree and around the bark, we're actually cutting into the vascular system of the tree. So when we apply the herbicide, it's being taken up into the vascular system and moving into the canopy of the tree, and then it defoliates and kills the tree that way.
Dr. Leary says within a month the tree will start losing all its leaves, and then it will be dead in a year.
And then over the course of 1 to 2 years, we start to see branch sections of the canopy start to fall apart and decompose. It usually falls into place. We don't see it topple over per se, but the decomposition process takes probably 2 or 3 years post-treatment.
Oftentimes, a dead tree can fall on its own. That's why the doctor says he only uses this method in dense forests away from populated areas. It's also cost-effective. Getting a professional to cut down a large Albizia tree could cost a couple $1,000s to upwards of tens of thousands of dollars. But using Dr. Leary's method with the hatchet and the herbicide, killing a large tree like this one costs around $5. But this method is not a quick fix. Experts say fighting Albizia will be an expensive mission with the price tag in the millions. But many on the Big Island say something needs to be done soon before the problem goes from destructive to deadly. Reporting from the Big Island, Cam Tran, KITV4 News. Now, there's also a bill before the House Committee to allocate about $5 million to get state agencies to get rid of these trees along tsunami evacuation routes. Now, that bill is scheduled for a hearing in the Finance Committee, so we'll see if that money will be allocated to get rid of some of these trees along the major roadways, especially on the Big Island on Hilo and Puna.
Amazing to see how fast they grow. And
Yeah.
how big they are.
Yeah, and the amazing thing is they can even fall. The branches can fall without any wind. Just imagine spreading your hands out. The branches are like this, and all the weight is at the end. Eventually, your arms are going to give out if all the weight is at the end. That's what happens.
Wow, incredible. Thanks so much, Cam.